So to begin your search for information, we would start at the WKU library webpage, and this is what it looks like. We have what's called a One Search Library Catalog field. And that's there in the center, so you can put in your keywords that we had just looked at. Like I could put in college retention or college persistence, and then click search, and it would come up with some information. This is also a place where you can also renew items. Let's say you checked out some books, and you need to renew them instead of coming up to the library and renew them. You can actually go ahead and go to your account, type in your net ID and password, and then you can just renew everything. This is also a place where if you're not on campus hooked up to our network, if you're like at home, this is also like when you have an opportunity to go ahead, like if you go into databases and you start to search, it's going to send you to the off-campus login. Again, just put in your net ID and password. So from the WKU library webpage, you can click database, which is underneath the OneSearch library catalog field. And this is where you'll get into more stuff because the library catalog search is pretty much stuff that we have in our catalog, such as books and online. And that's one way you can get information. But in general, most students who start their kind of research will use what we call Academic Search Complete or an EBSCO database. We have numerous databases. So as you can see here, it says 246 databases found. If you know a specific database, well, then you can search through it alphabetically. Some of the other more popular ones are going to be EBSCO, ProQuest, LexisNexis Academic. But most of students who just start their search are going to use Academic Search Complete. So when you click Academic Search Complete, it's going to come up with several options to choose from. This is at the point where I kind of want to explain what the Boolean search technique is. If you notice here, we have 3 search fields, which you can add more, but it's usually set up for 3. So I'm going to search up student persistent or retention because it could be either or. And I want to make sure that it is just college, so I can say not primary or elementary school. So that what this is going to do, student persistence and retention, that's going to expand my search. And it's going to exclude primary school and elementary schools by selecting not. So this is the way these kind of search engines are set up in these databases. So we can go ahead and click. And what has happened here is we have came up with, if you look at 165,604 results. That's quite a bit for us to go through, even in our lifetime. It would be way too much time. So what we can do is what we would call filter your search results. So if you look over here on the left-hand side, we have several options. A lot of students want to go ahead and do full text. What that means is when you select full text, it's only going to pull up results that have full text. If you don't do it, it's going to pull up articles, but it may only have like an introduction, a summary of what that article is, and we may not have it in our database. If that's the case, you can still do what we call interlibrary loan, which I'll discuss later. And so to further, filter your results, you can go to scholarly, peer-reviewed journals. That's exactly what your instructor or professor wants you to do. Another way to narrow this search down is to do what's publication date. Let's say you need anything from just 5 to 10 years. That's really going to narrow your search down. And you can go ahead and look down the side here on the left. There's many different ways. You can just say, I just want academic journals, or I can go by subject major heading, subject, or publications. So there's many ways to just go through there and filter that out. Okay, so just to kind of demonstrate, once you've narrowed and filtered your search down, now we're going to kind of look at how to get the article and look at it. So I've kind of scrolled and went ahead and filtered it out. And so I see understanding retention in U.S. graduate programs by student nationality. This is graduate programs, so it's not um, undergraduate studies. However, I want to go ahead and see kind of like what the graduate program may be doing. That may be something I could use to help with um, undergraduates. So in this case, I'm just kind of looking, and if you notice, it says underneath the title, it has the author's name and then the journal name, which is the Studies in Higher Education. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So if I want to go ahead and view the text, I'm going to click PDF full text. Sometimes they may say HTML with full text, but either way, it will take you to it. So here's my article, and as you can see, I can scroll through here. Now, I want to go ahead and show you there's several options that you can use here. You can use the folder. You can add this article to a folder because you may go back through and find more articles. You keep putting it in your folder. However, when you're done searching, be sure to take whatever's in that folder and save it to a flash drive, save it to your desktop, or email it to yourself, because once you close out, you'll lose that. It doesn't save it. You can also, if you look here, we can print. Right here, you can download it to like a flash drive, desktop. And you can also cite it. Now I'm showing you the citation tool that they have because sometimes it's not always accurate. In this case, it seems to be, accurate on this one. But like if you're doing APA, make sure that it is accurate because sometimes these things just aren't. Okay. So now that you found your article, you can save it, download it, print it, or save it to a folder so you can get some more. But I just kind of wanted to show you what it kind of looks like. These are what the academic articles are going to look like. As you can tell, this has tables in it. It's going to talk about, expectations, climates, all kinds of other issues that they're using here for their research. So that's just one way to look at the EBSCO database and how it kind of works. My suggestion is you guys just tinker with it until you can kind of figure it out. Again, these things don't exactly like your keyword search. It's not always easy to navigate. This is not like Google where you just put in a phrase. Your keywords are going to be important to you. So bear that in mind. And if you ever have any problems, please let me know.